Alright, today we're going to talk about the product rule of exponents. Alright, before we get started, I do want to remind you of one thing, and that is if I write an exponent, something like 5 to the third power. The 5 here is what we call the base, and the 3 is what we call the exponent. Alright, so we're going to talk about the product rule of exponents. So how do we solve these first? Alright, well 5 to the third power, if you remember, is equal to 5 times 5 times 5. Alright, well 5 times 5 is equal to 25. We still have a 5 left over, and 25 times 5 is 125. So 5 to the third power is 125. 2 to the fourth power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 4 is equal to 16. So 2 to the fourth power is equal to 16. 0.5 to the third power, that would be 0.5 times 0.5 times 0.5. Well, 0.5 times 0.5, that is 0.25 times 0.5. And 0.25 times 0.5 is equal to 0.125. So there is a review on how we do exponents. Try to solve 2 to the third power times 2 to the second power. What I'd love for you to do is pause the video, try to solve it, and see if you can come up with the same answers. Go ahead and pause it, and then we'll come back together. Alright, so now that you've tried to solve it, hopefully, let's solve this out. Well, 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2. That's 2 to the third power. Times 2 times 2. Well, you can see that actually what now we have is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That is 2 to the fifth power. Alright? Well, 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2 times 2 is 4 times 2. Well, that's 16 times 2, which is 32. If I do 2 to the fifth power, which is equal to this, I also get 32. So what does that mean? Is there a simpler way of solving this? Well, I want to show you what the product rule of exponents is. The product rule is if here m and n are real numbers and x does not equal 0, then x to the n power times x to the n power equals x to the n plus n power. You can see all of that right in here. Alright? Sounds pretty complicated. What does that mean? It means if our bases are the same. Here you can see that we have x as a base on each of these. If they're the same, then what can we do? We can add all of our exponents. So we can say x to the fifth plus seventh plus second power. That's equal to x. 5 plus 7 is equal to 12 plus 2 is equal to 14. So we get to add all these. Here we have these 3 p's with base p. So that would be p to the 2 plus 5 plus 8. Then h is 2. Now we don't have an exponent there. Hopefully you remember that that means there is a 1 there as our exponent. We can write in a little 1 right there. That means my final answer here is p. 2 plus 8 is 10 to 5 is 15 plus, oh, sorry. Let me erase that here. We're not adding, we are multiplying. So here it would be times h to the third power. So the answer to this here is p to the 15th power times h to the third power. So hopefully this makes sense. When we multiply exponents, if the bases are the same, we can add the exponents together to get our final answers. Have a good evening. I'll answer any questions you have later.